Well, from Kansas to Montana, this year's major wildfires forced many ranchers to rebuild more than just fences. And now in Washington, the Agriculture Department is struggling with how to budget for wildfire suppression and prevention. RFD-TV's Sarah Mock joins us in Washington.
Well, thank you, Christina. We actually got the chance to attend a packed meeting last night at the U.S. Forest Service headquarters here in Washington in what they call the fire room. We were joined by the Secretary of Agriculture and not only also by Forest Service representatives, but by key senators from states like Idaho, Montana, Oregon, some of these states that have been hit hardest by this terrible wildfire season we've seen this year. Now, some of the facts about the 2017 fire season are nothing less than mind-boggling. 8.4 million acres have burned between October 1st of 2016 and today, and that's an area roughly the size of Massachusetts, which will cost the Forest Service and other agencies on the ground about $2.4 billion by the end of this September. Now, the Secretary and his Chief Forester have been outspoken about the cost of these fires, mostly because of the impact it has had on other Forest Service functions. Now, their complaint is that rising costs of fighting fires has led the Forest Service to divert funds from proactively managing and preventing fires to these suppression activities, which the Secretary says only makes the problems worse.
The fact is, this fire borrowing issue is the longest running battle since the Trojan War. We have been at it, many of us, for 6 full years. And I think right now, when people understand that the West has taken a pounding by fire, people understand this is like the other disasters we've seen around the country. And I believe they understand that fire borrowing is common sense defying. It just is bizarre to constantly shortchange prevention and then to play catch-up ball when you have to put the fire out.
Hearing there from the senator from Oregon talking about that fire funding issue, which of course the Forest Service and the Department of Ag are looking for permanent solutions for, and of course that's where those senators come in with so much focus right now being placed on the disasters in Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands. They're hoping to get a funding fix into those emergency appropriations.
That's why we want to do good forest management. As I said, we cannot stop all forest fires, but I think with good forest management, that's relieving the fuel load underneath, pulling out the deadfall there that's in these forests, managing some thinning, obviously. I've been shown pictures and aerial photographs of South Dakota where it was treated. Insects nor forest fires bothered those areas where we're able to proactively manage those forests.
Now, the Secretary did express hope that with additional kind of proactive management, the agency would be able to turn around that trend that has been higher and higher costs every single year for fire suppression activities. And even though there was a lot of discussion around the table of the extended length of the fire season and of emergencies, really severe emergencies, the Secretary talked about one situation where a fire was so severe that it actually jumped a river in Oregon. But we didn't hear any discussion of what changing climate might have to do with the situation or how it might play into funding. But of course, with smoke from Montana fires being seen and smelt as far afield as Kansas, it only seems like this is becoming a more and more national issue. So we hope to see some solutions for our foresters and for our folks in the Northwest as soon as possible. Christina?
Yeah, it has been really tough for many producers. That's D.C. Bureau Chief Sarah Mock from our Washington office. Thank you, Sarah.